Good evening. It's Wednesday, October 6th, 2021 at 6 p.m. Calling the Lakeville Board of Health meeting to order. Is there anyone recording this other than LakeCAM? And I see we don't have the recorder. We're good for that.
No.
Okay, so we're not recording. Just LakeCAM. First on the agenda, new body art establishment located at 12 Harding Street, Suite 102. It's pending Board of Health agent inspection. I'll turn it over to Ed for a second on any update on the.
Yep, so we have most of the paperwork. Did you provide the application fee today? Or, yeah, that's the only thing pending right now, and then the inspection as well. But other than that, I think everything checked out. You are missing one thing, but that has nothing to do with opening in the store. That's just something separate. That's just for you to operate. So everything else is all set. Yeah, just leave it there after the.
Oh, you get it after?
Yeah, but yeah, all the paperwork checks out. So that's all they have. They just need the application fee, and once the application fee is in, then we can do the inspection. And then they also need the approval of the selectmen as well. Just that's how it is in Lakeville for some reason.
That doesn't stop us from our approval.
No, they actually want us to do everything first. Once we're through, then they'll take over.
Okay.
Well, this is the first one's come through since I've been on the board for a new place. So I didn't realize the board of health, selectmen had to approve it too.
Yeah, not sure why. What it is.
Yeah, we thought that was weird. It's maybe a zoning issue.
Yeah.
We had to do it in Brockton too.
Okay.
Chris, any questions on?
No, actually, everything looks good.
Anyone here to speak about disapproval? Besides the owners, okay.
So it actually be 3 approvals, right? The establishment and 2 licenses.
Right. So we
It'd be
get the
separate.
establishment and 1 license, and the second license is still pending. We're waiting for one class.
Is it something that we could vote condition?
No. It's all they really need is 1 artist. So the fact that they're going to have 2 at some point, it doesn't affect the establishment at all. The establishment has everything they need.
So do we need to vote on the licenses or no? Or
No.
just the establishment?
Just the establishment.
Okay.
So on the second part, the practitioners, there's no vote on that.
No, I mean, you have to have a licensed person to have an establishment, and
Yeah.
they have the 1 person. So by voting for the establishment, that's why we have the paperwork for at least 1 license. But if they want to add another license 6 months down the road or next month, they can do that, and it does not need the board of health approval. That's just our office approval. But it's mainly the establishment, which is what
That
we're
we're
doing
going to
here.
approve pending the inspection.
Correct.
Now we have the payment fee. Okay. And when do you plan on opening? As soon as you get permits? Is
Well,
it?
as soon as we get everything out of the way, then we're going to start right away.
We
Okay.
just have to do the board
Selectmen.
selectmen's meeting, and then we're ready to open. The shop's already on Sunday.
Shop's ready.
I'm already got everything ready to go. It's already signs up. Everything's set. So really just get the logistics out of the way and get started.
Okay. All right, I'm good with it, I think.
I'll make a motion that we approve the new body art establishment license at 12 Harding Street for Savage Inc. LLC.
Second, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So you should be all set. Thank you. Just leave the check. Leave the check. And thank you.
Yeah, good luck.
Luck.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Okay, next on the agenda, 51 Long Point Road, meet with Sharon Associates to discuss requested variance.
Did you want me to pay for my license now too, or should I wait until I have the class?
Yep. Take the water cards.
Obviously, we'll get started.
We'll say tomorrow morning.
All right. Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
He's our agent.
He's the whatever. He's hiding. It's hard to recognize people with that. Even when you know.
So you can actually sit down. You don't have to stand up.
All right.
Because you can actually, you're better on the mic if you're sitting down, they can hear you on the mic better.
All right, so the abutters have been notified?
Yes.
Abutters. Okay,
Notified both you, same letter, same letters for 51 and 53.
Do you have the green cards?
Yes.
Okay.
yes.
Sorry, I missed that part.
I just gotta make sure we give everything back to you, Ed.
Okay.
Yeah, let's make sure we get everything, because I think the installer's plan is in one of these. All right, now one of these had an error, am I correct? So it has 50 feet? That was only in, did it say it on the plan also?
Yeah, it was on the original letter, but I think you updated the letter.
Yes.
Yes.
But it was fixed on this plan, okay? And it was correct on the ones that got submitted to the abutters, I believe, because it was corrected on this one. Yes, this was received. All right, so that's been corrected, Ed? We don't need to worry about that
Yes.
typo? Okay, because it's been replaced.
Yeah, 160 and 250 is on the plan.
Okay, and that's what the abutters were sent, and that's what's on the plan, okay. On this one, that's the only thing I'd seen on that one.
How long is for?
Time limit.
Okay, I thought there was. It's been a while since I've.
Yeah,
These are old. That's
I
why.
believe they're
Yeah, and anything past 95 or soil testing, not so much the perks, but just after 95 is when Title V came in for modeling. But I mean, obviously the soil really doesn't change. So
Okay.
I know. I think maybe it's town to town thing. It's been a while. Since I've-
there are
I think
towns that
it's-
have requirements
I
after
think it's
10
an
years.
Easton thing from when I did so much work up there, and it's been. Jeez, it's been a few years since I did. So I was like,
You're proposing a new well on this lot also?
Yes. If I can go over these are two old homes. They're not there. I think it's probably the 1930s, and existing. They have cesspools, and they're being fed right now by a common well, which is on the abutting lot, which is 55 Long Point Road, and that was traveling through and feeding both those houses. So that's going to be replaced by new wells at the front of each property, and the cesspools will be filled in, backfilled. Each one of these will get I guess we'll talk to number 51 first. Going to get a new 2-compartment, 1,500 gallon septic tank, and that will then discharge into a leaching field. And we're pushing the leaching field back as far as we can, reasonably so, without having issues with the length of line in it, so that we can get as much setback as possible from the Quiticus, the water supply. So we're getting about 250 to 260 foot setback from the edge of water to the leaching field, and about 150 to 160 feet for the septic tank. Again, this is sitting up on at least 20 to 25 feet of sand above pond level, so there's a excellent, groundwater separation.
Right, and that's made more concerning than
Yes.
the
They're
distance in the pond.
are
Again-
both wells in?
No, I don't believe the wells are in yet.
No, one's in. I just drove by it.
Yeah.
You have a solid?
Yeah, they're both in.
I didn't know that.
Both wells are in, okay.
I know we had a
So
little
the-
change in it because one of them that we'd shown originally was too close to a tree, so we adjusted that distance a little bit according to Derek's dimensions.
Okay. And what are we doing with the existing well on the other lot? Is that staying intact or are we decommissioning?
That's,
Yeah, I'd like to keep that intact for the barn itself next door.
Okay. Is that one an artesian, a deep well or a point
Yes,
or is that?
That's a deep one.
Okay, so it's a steel casing, it's not a dug well or anything like
It's actually
that?
inside that building, that's where
They're
it's.
too high up there for it to be just a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you'd have the groundwater with even a point either, right?
It's so high there. You know where the groundwater
Right.
is across the street.
Yeah, and I agree with it. I know you call the water, but that was just at the bottom of the test hole.
right.
But
What-
pond
what-
elevation's 57 at flood and you're at 81, I believe,
I
so.
believe that's what it is, yep.
um,
Yes, it's
Again,
well over 20.
when I scaled it, there is a way to get to probably 400 on this lot in the back corner, but you're gonna need a pump system and
I
to-
think,
with that high above, I mean, I don't think I have a problem with it.
Yeah,
It felt
that
this way,
height.
I believe.
you know,
20 something feet of separation to the pond to make a pump system to get another
right.
100 feet
Yeah.
to meet the 400
certainly a big upgrade from a cesspool.
in the cesspool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to note that it was doable
Mhm.
to meet the code, but I'm gonna refigure that out. You agree on that one, Chris? Yeah.
I think, this is unusual that we have this much separation between groundwater and others that I think it lends to be able to go forward with it, I think. Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Just on the other
Yeah,
side of
in
the
the
box,
area.
everything we dealt with over there, we knew it was gonna be pretty high
Yeah,
for
it's
the
all-
water table.
Ed, any comments other than what you'd sent us on this one?
Yeah, I think you guys mentioned that, yeah, you could put the field out, but you really can't get the tank out. So
Right,
you're
tank,
gonna have to
you
ask
just get
for the,
Correct.
so, you'd still have to ask, they'd still be requesting for the one tank, and like I said, it's,
And you'd be going
you
two
do get
tanks.
a little more vertical, horizontal separation, but I think the vertical separation is what we're concerned here, and like I said, this field will be higher up than the existing cesspool, plus you have a tank as well, so overall, it's a significant improvement.
Right. And the ground does go uphill further from the house, so it's not like you could gravity feed it further.
Right.
That's evident, so.
I think we were concerned too about possibility of freezing in the line at longer distance.
Yeah,
Always
so
a
you can only
possibility.
go 1% or something to get minimum to keep it up. So,
Unless you were gonna take the trees down and remove all the gravel for other reasons. Or leave some of the gravel for some reasons, then you can make it go, right?
It's a beautiful hill of sand over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice soil.
The bogs are next door.
I have no, anyone here to discuss
Just
this?
For the record, my dog Madison's gonna be moving into 51, so we're ready to go.
Okay, and we're on 51 now, because we do have two of these side by side we're approving. So this is the first of two. They'll be approved individually. So I don't, there was just the two variances we're looking for, no butters. I think we're good. I don't see anything else.
And Ed, you didn't have anything, right?
No.
No. Okay.
Just wanna-
Okay. Making a motion to approve the subsurface sewage disposal repair at 51 Long Point Road with the two variances.
Second? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. 51 is approved.
I'm gonna read them out.
I didn't know if you were gonna, that's why I hesitated. Bob likes to read them out. There's only two on the plan, so. And there's a letter that goes with it, so it's very clear. Okay, next on the agenda, 53 Long Point Road, meet with Sharon Associates, to discuss requested variance. And it's right next to these lots, they bought each other. Almost the same thing.
Pretty much. I probably should have said earlier, I'm Rick Sharon for the record, for Sharon Associates. Very, very similar situation. In fact, the two houses are almost identical and the septic systems are going to be. Once again, the cesspool is going to be replaced by a new 2-compartment septic tank, the Zaybell filter on the outlet, and a 20 by 25 foot leaching field. Groundwater separation, almost same elevations as we have in the house next door. Two of them are sitting dead level.
Yeah, both bottom of the field is the same, all the grade is the same on each of the systems, which
Yep,
is,
yep.
doesn't happen very often.
No. Something we hadn't mentioned earlier, these had been approved going back, I think 2003, I think was when they originally approved, back when it was owned by Deacus.
Okay.
And for some reason, they just never did the work. So they allowed everything to expire at that time. And
Okay.
so in the meantime, you've upgraded some of your specs on septic tanks and these able filter requirements. So the plan was upgraded to take those changes into account.
Okay. And are you staying with the stone and pipe fields?
Yes.
Because of the, do you prefer them, or you just, it's tough to get the chambers right now that nobody can get them?
I frankly don't like chambers,
No.
okay?
No.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
I had this discussion with this salesman years.
Now,
We used to use them years back in the same way we'd used floor diffusers. We started using the plastic chambers, and their representative came in and told us we couldn't put them on 6 inches of stone. We
yeah,
had to put them.
you avoided the,
That's right. We bought the
reduction.
warranty, and we said, well, we won't be using them anymore because we believe you should have some kind of media underneath that stone to
They
get.
won't let you.
Yeah, and they don't want it. So I disagree with that. So we won't use them. We use when we get into areas where we're trying to use, particularly with high, like really high perk rates, large fields. We'll go with Presby systems. We'll go with the Elgin GSF systems, because then we can get something where we can contract the size of the system. We can save a lot on the amount of overdig sand, things like that come into play that very often justify the more expensive systems. But that's where we go. And rather than going into the plastic vaults, I just don't believe in them. So
I think that the trend when they came around was because you can reduce size where you have
that's where everybody went to.
less small
Jumped on the
mounds
thing.
and smaller size, you get tighter places and stuff.
with
Yeah, now we're getting to a point where we're gonna start seeing
Right.
how they do, right?
As long as you don't always have clean stone, I mean, that's the most important part. of
that's
stone
the key
fields.
thing.
Don't
Exactly.
Mix it in the dirt and scoop it out of
Oh.
off
So-
the lawn.
So we stick with these because we get the most groundwater separation we can by sticking with a nice shallow field, and we get plenty of leaching area, particularly when we've got 2-minute material like this. It's a good type of system to use.
Right.
Okay.
Economical and works well.
And on the butters, you would notify the abutter letter went out both these plans on one
Yes,
mailing.
we
Am I
set
correct
that
with
letter up to indicate the two
Two lots.
lots
Okay.
individually. Yes.
So, again, no butters. No one to speak on this one? Any?
No.
Any quick?
It's similar to the other one.
It's the same exact system, same exact elevations. I don't see any. Again, this one, for the record, you could almost get 400. You only have like 40 feet to the back to get 400 on this one. Again, you need a pump system.
Yeah.
And
Well, the next thing too would be like, if you're really gonna go there, how close is the back of that to the bogs? Because
Actually,
then we're getting into
the
tributary.
bogs are a ways back.
No,
That's what we want to supply.
There is a gap there, like
Yeah.
that Derek
400
said,
feet.
that is both outside the 400
So
from
it's
the
outside of
thing
both.
and
Yes.
outside the tributary. So
Yeah.
there is a
You had
area
80
there
feet
that's not
on.
in the zoning.
51, and there's maybe 55 feet I scaled on the other one. It would be tight. It would be a narrow little. I just don't see that.
Right, and where we're, we're plus or minus 20 feet above the water table, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I think this is not the usual
Yeah,
reach
you're not-
we'll see
Yeah.
where we got to
Just
worry
on-
about these buffers. It's,
Right,
it's
where
different.
they could extend it to the floor, that do you really? I don't see that. Okay.
We've approved things that are far more
Yes. Because we didn't have
on
a choice.
repairs because it was
We didn't
it's
have
that or condemn the house.
In the past, when I've been in here for these variances, it's been little cottages on Long Pond. You're
Yeah,
working, you're working 50,
5,000
60
square
feet
foot
away from
lot.
the edge of the water.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
It's usually there's the newer stuff. There's great stuff out there now with a different innovative and alternative, and there's different things you can do now that it's better. But yeah, it's either that or condemn houses. I think we'd get some pushback if we started
Yeah.
condemning houses.
More than likely.
My daughter's here.
Yeah. So I'm good with this one.
All right. Make a motion, we approve the subsurface sewage disposal repair at 53 Long Point Road with the 2 variances that we've discussed.
Second? Any discussion? All those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
folks. Have a good night.
Thanks, sir.
Good night.
Next on the agenda, 32 Beechwood Avenue, be with SFG Associates to discuss requested local upgrades. I'm gonna put them all together and I'll hand them all back.
How we doing? Steve Gilbert from SFG Associates. This is kind of going to be like that Groundhog Day movie. This is the same thing that we basically had. We're looking at, we're installing a new septic system on Beechwood. Right now, there's a cesspool behind the house. Obviously, we're getting rid of that. We're changing the plumbing coming out of the side of the house into a 2-compartment tank and a leaching field. At the closest point, the leaching tank is going to be 340 feet to Long Pond, and the leaching area will be 335 feet to Long Pond. The reason for that is, just like the last case, we can get a little further away, going closer to the street, closer to Beechwood, but from the back of the lot to the front of the lot at Beechwood, it rises about 10 feet. So if we get closer to the road, which we could do, we would require a pump system. So it's basically the same as the last two that you just did, pretty much.
And then I don't think you can get 400. Then you could just get a little
No,
further.
you would get further. Yeah,
Not
absolutely.
400.
We can't get
That'd be
4.
neat, but-
And it's the same thing, once again, I don't know the exact difference on elevation, but we're significantly higher than the pond.
Probably only get a core of the system out, I think.
Yeah. Well, we're up in Beechwood, and it drops down to Central, then it drops down to the pond, so we've got, I don't know.
Is this actually tied into the pond elevation, or is this just
No,
a
it's
random
not.
100?
No, wish it was, but it's not.
So we don't really know.
But it's significant. Like from the front of our lot to the back of ours, it drops 10 feet, and Central is all of that further down. You know what I mean? So we're probably talking 20-ish. I don't know.
Yeah, it's at least 20.
Yeah, if not more.
Okay. On this one, just one of my questions, I know we have another plan coming up, yours right after this
Mhm.
one.
Yep.
Just the septic tank picture. I know if you look up in your notes, it does say 2-compartment tank.
Yeah, it's
and I
not
know
showing
2,
one. Yeah.
but you don't show the center baffle. And it doesn't say 2-compartment. I just don't want an installer
No, exactly.
missing that point.
I
and
got you.
saying, because if you look on your next one, the next one we have on the agenda
It should be on.
of Denise Street, it shows
Yep.
the correct tank with the center baffle and says 2-compartment. Again, I just want to make sure the installer.
You want another plan? That's not a problem either. Get on the file. Why don't we do that?
Yeah, I would prefer it.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
Does
we'll-
anyone make a 1,500 gallon? Well, no,
Oh yeah, they still
Oh, yeah,
put it.
they
I
make-
don't know. They still do it or not.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yes, and if someone just looks at this and
Yeah, no, I
read
agree.
that
I agree.
note,
I think we should get one on file. That way if somebody pulls it.
Just 1,000.
Yeah.
you know, I don't want to.
No. I totally agree.
And Zabel as well. You have a baffle, but you don't have a filter.
Right, because we're not showing 2-compartment.
Right.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's definitely, we can do that. We'll change the plan, show the picture just like on the other one, like it should be.
Okay.
So it covers that. That way somebody doesn't take the permit and.
One of them on this one, and then which one? Okay, we have it on this one. The benchmark is shown in this one. One of my comments on the next one is it doesn't say a benchmark,
No, it doesn't. Okay.
but this one does. So, again, we notified the abutters because there are.
I think the what's already. Infected, that's correct.
Yep. So this one was no variances to just the pond on this one. No
Yep.
abutter wells.
Exactly.
This is tied into the water service,
Yes.
and we're over 100 from this one.
Yeah, we meet all the requirements for the
Meet all
wells.
requirements, so it's
Yep.
just to the pond.
Correct.
So no butters notified besides Taunton water and New Bedford water.
And then there's the deed restrictions too.
Yeah, and they're asked, it's right on there. You're gonna be required to a 2-bedroom deed restriction, no increase in flow because it's pre-existing,
Correct.
non-conforming.
That makes these easier too.
Yeah, it's right on the plan. Ed, do you have any other comments on this one?
No, I think you pretty much covered everything.
No, I see nobody has left here but us. Chris, are you good? Just
Yeah, I'm good.
placing the plan, showing a 2-compartment?
Make a motion, we approve the septic system repair at 32 Beechwood Ave with the 2 variances we discussed, and then also the requirement for the deed restrictions.
And they gotta put that in the plan.
A new plan for the 2-compartment tank.
Yep.
And also the
Able filter.
P's able.
Showing is able filter.
Right, which will be on 2-compartment.
Second? Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, next on the agenda, 4 Denise Street, meet with SSC Associates, to discuss requested local update. Steve, you again?
we were proposing a 2-compartment tank. And we showed the 2-compartment tank.
Correct.
For the baffle and the filter like we should have had in the last one. And we're proposing a leaching area behind the house, pretty much with the existing leaching area is. You can't really make it out, but it's in the left corner of the existing leaching area. Very limited on room on this properties, so we're doing the best we can to maintain 100 feet from wells. And 100 feet from this well, 100 feet from number 8 well, 100 feet from across the street, but our own well, we're requesting a waiver from 68 feet from our well. And our abutters on number 2, Denise, we're requesting a waiver to 75 feet from their well. Again, we could move it to the, we can move it further away from the 75, but then we encroach on somebody else's well at 102. So we're trying to minimize the people that we're affecting, and the people that we're affecting is this abutter.
Okay, the butters were notified. Okay.
That's the one that's being affected.
That's the only affected butter, and I don't see them here on it. Okay. And again, this one, I mean, you're only talking feet you can move it. You don't really have, you can go for move it back to the back property, get a 5 feet from property instead of that 10, but I mean,
Right.
it's
You're
really
still not going to make it. It's
changing.
still going to be 5 feet difference, maybe.
I don't feel it's gonna change where I looked at it. To add that 5-foot variance to the back property line. You said you're going back 7 feet, but it's on a diagonal. So I was only scaling like you're gonna get 3 feet.
Yeah, I think if you do,
Further to the
if you do, you're gonna affect this guy as well, right? You're gonna have a hard time not hitting that. Maybe you won't, but you'll be close to the 100 feet on that one.
On number 6,
No one actually. It's on
183.
183. Yeah.
Yeah, you could just, it's a very
Maybe just
little
close.
piece you could move it.
Yeah.
It really, I couldn't, I don't think it's worth going to the 5 foot. So this one shows the tank. The only one, it just didn't have benchmark. It shows top of foundation.
Oh no, I think I saw one.
Did I miss it? I
Top of
was-
landing.
Yeah, right here, top of landing. Yeah, walk over the back of the landing.
There's a note.
Okay, right there. Okay.
Yeah, we're trying more and more to show more than top foundation. You know what I mean, we try to do
Yeah.
it more because it's
Our
nice to have a
front end
couple.
drops.
And these top of foundations sometimes.
Sometimes it drops and you
Yeah.
shoot the wrong one.
Yeah, and
'cause I've
sometimes.
done it.
Like sometimes you reach up and you'll find it, but you have to work to find it, and you don't know if the other guy did found it. He just went bottom shingle. So
That was always
the more and more we try to
Set
get something
2,
else.
we put
I try to
top
get a
foundation.
concrete or a step or something.
Yeah, I've actually ripped the system out because of that error.
Yeah. Oh
There
yeah.
was a drop. We just shot
Yeah.
the one in front of us.
Yeah.
They didn't shoot that one. They
Yeah.
shot the one out back,
Exactly.
4 feet higher.
Oh yeah.
We were a little low. Like, yeah.
I don't know. Too many benchmark issues.
Yeah.
I always set 2. Always check.
Well, are you supposed to set 2 by now? I mean, I know some.
No, some towns require it. Dayton
Require it.
requires it. Some people, but I think you should have more than one if you can. I mean, you should be able to.
We don't have anything.
No, most
Most
But
most don't.
it's a
Very
good
few
That's
do.
just best practices.
very
that I
few
learned.
do, but yeah.
Okay.
Like I say, Dayton does, but they're probably one of the only ones that does. To be honest with you.
Yeah, Dayton's tough too.
Probably because their agent is an engineer. Because I
Yes,
work
it's
for
tough.
him.
But it,
Todd,
That-
going.
They don't let anything slip. It's you do
Oh,
it
no.
right. You
Oh, no.
don't go to Dayton.
it's getting a little better.
Yeah, Todd's dad and the other his brother, his uncle.
Yep.
Were part of the people I learned survey. Always set 2.
Your old
You never
boss.
Yes.
So other than that, Ed, any other questions on this one?
No, like I said, there's really no other place to put it.
No other
So-
place. Did this have a field Title V on it? Or they just didn't do a Title V, they knew it was failed?
I'm trying to think. To be honest with you,
Oh, what was the existing?
I just assumed it did. We don't do them. I mean, we usually get a call with the perk.
Just to do it?
Yeah.
Was
I
it?
mean, I can see if I got one in there. To be
There
honest.
was no breakout or anything there.
Oh no, no, there's nothing showing. No,
I just didn't know if the
actually.
wells- the area wells were tested, seeing that within that 100, if with a Title V, there already would have been, if they had turned in a Title V, but.
Yeah, there was no failure. There was. I think there was an older woman that lived there. She passed, and the children were doing this. So
Was it a cesspool?
no,
It has a tank, but it doesn't show the
tank.
location of the old field, is it?
it kind of does.
It does.
It's tough to see, Derek.
Old
It's in the
pipes.
corner of this field right there.
If you look at the top left
You
corner
can
of the
see
field,
Oh, okay,
You
yep,
can
that
see
little
the dash
square.
line. And again,
Oh, got it.
that's approximate only because we bumped into something there. So
Okay.
Is that old pit or just stone?
no, we
That's a
thought it
field.
was leaching there. We thought it was a field of shit.
Yeah, 'cause there's a tank up by the deck that's coming out.
I see the tank. But yeah, sometimes
Okay.
I
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't
saw a house with a tank, and then there was an old
They
chain
had it in between.
stone around it. It was the overflow to it.
I remember back in the day, you throw a tank in between the old tank and the cesspool to make it go longer.
Oh, yeah.
You used to do all kinds of stuff.
I've seen
Lots of stuff.
But whatever made it work long. I'm good with it.
I'll make a motion. We approve the septic system repair at 4 Denise Street with the 2 variances that we discussed. I think that's it. Is this restriction? I don't know.
It was a 3-bedroom, and I believe it's staying as a 3-bedroom because
Yes,
it's
it is.
existing.
Yep.
Does this require me? Like, I'm like,
What's that?
this doesn't require the deed restriction.
No, it's 3 bedrooms.
Right, yeah, so that's it.
Second, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Hey, John.
Thank you.
Yes.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Next on the agenda, 4 Devon Street, with Foresight Engineering. They are asking to withdraw and will refile when the client is ready. This had been continued from our last meeting. We get that. Well, should I make a motion to withdraw it? Is it correct on this one?
Yeah, I believe we have to say, no, I don't believe it's a motion, but we just have to acknowledge that you withdraw.
Okay, so we're not continuing 4 Devon Street.
Yeah, he will have to refile.
They will have to refile and notify the abutters accordingly when they refile. Okay, that is it under the new. We're going down to review and approve meeting minutes as typed from May 5th, 2021. I believe all 3 members were present. Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to read them thoroughly, but I don't know, did you?
I read through both. I didn't come up with anything.
I'm okay if you because these are
You can always push it off because you're missing a member today anyways.
yeah,
So,
this is like
if
some
you-
extensive stuff.
Okay, I'll go with that. If you wanna
I got lazy because we haven't had any minutes to read. It looked like these are from May.
Okay. Make a motion. Want to make a motion to continue
Yeah.
next meeting?
Make a motion to continue the minutes to the next meeting.
Second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and then if you all 3, I believe. No, she probably didn't have a chance to look at this one. That's fine. We can make a motion to continue that. They were for the May 19th, 2021 meeting minutes.
Motion to continue those minutes to the next meeting.
Second. Any discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so those are continued.
So the next meeting will probably have like 6 episodes.
Yeah, because there's still quite a few executive session ones, and
Oh, right.
but then after that we'll have a lull because we didn't have.
Yeah, right. You have a skip the meeting.
We should have, but this is just May, so we should have June, July, August.
Yes, they're quite a ways behind.
It's just September we didn't have a meeting.
Well, yeah, we've always been a couple months behind. So
It's a different person doing it, right? Just one person doing everybody's minutes?
no, it's Laurie still.
It's still Laurie? But she's doing other stuff.
Yeah, she does Concom minutes. She does everything. She's,
Well, I mean, besides the minutes, is she doing other stuff too?
oh yeah, she does Conservation Commission, building, and Board of Health. So we only really get a third of it.
So she's floating.
Yeah, and just to listen to effect with some of the long ones we had.
Yeah, they are a little shorter now, so hopefully we'll get a little more caught up.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll jump down under the old business. Discuss recent Board of Health agent pending items. I have nothing under that to bring up to the board. Yes.
Yeah, I have nothing.
Ed, do you have anything under pending items to discuss?
No pending items. Really.
Okay. Then we'll go down to the announcements. the COVID-19 update and the Triple E update. Turn that over to Ed for any announcements on those two. Where we stand?
I'll start with the Triple E. Triple E is great. There's been no cases in Massachusetts. There's been no even mosquitoes found in Massachusetts with Triple E. They did find one mosquito in Connecticut with Triple E, but that's the only. So pretty much every town in Massachusetts is very low risk for Triple E right now. And given at this point in the season, it looks like we're going to cruise through without a Triple E case.
The amount of rain we had.
Yeah.
It washed everything away. Nothing was allowed to gestate, I think.
Yeah, it was a combination. At the end of last year, they did a spraying, and they found out to be very effective. They had perfect weather conditions for it, and it really dropped the numbers down quite a bit. And then they usually recuperate the following spring, but we had a dry spring. So the combination of the spraying, then a dry spring, and we did get the rains in July, but it was a little late, and we really did a number on the population between those two events. So they just said it never really recovered. I mean, we do have mosquitoes, there's no question about that. But when you can drop the population that much, you can really drop the population of carrying the COVID as well. I mean, the Triple E as well.
Okay.
Um,
COVID update?
Yeah, there were 7 cases of West Nile in Massachusetts, none in Lakeville, and Lakeville is a low risk for West Nile right now. So,
Was it Middlesex?
yeah, mostly Middlesex and Essex. I think Bridgewater is a moderate risk, and Fall River and Dighton are also moderate risk. Those are the 2 closest communities that are moderate, whereas Lakeville is a low risk right now. So, then most likely stay that way for the rest of the year.
Right.
Overall, on triple COVID, it is promising news in the sense that the numbers are coming down. Now ever since pretty much the middle of July, they've been shooting up because of the Delta variant. That was the case probably up until 2 or 3 weeks ago when they just started a plateau. And just this last 2 weeks, they're actually starting to show a slow decline, which is good news. We're going in the right direction. We just got to keep up doing what we're doing. There are people still getting vaccinated. There are people eligible for booster shots now too. So if you are eligible, you should talk to your doctor. If you're over 65 or if you're over 50 and have some immune compromised issues, definitely talk to your doctor because you may be available for a booster shot. And like I said, they are available. And if your doctor recommends them, I would go out and get them. For most people right now do not need a booster shot. A lot of people want one, but right now they're mainly for people who are immune compromised. That's who they're for, and like I said, over 65. Because remember, they were the first ones to get the shot, which was usually a month or 2 ahead of the general population. So they're going to be the first to get the booster shots, and then after a month or so, they'll start having the booster shots for the other people in the general population. For right now, it's for a specific group of people. There are a lot of professions that are included in that, with both healthcare workers, teachers, first responders, and that's up to them to get. It's their decision to get it. It's not an urgent need to get them right away like it was 6 months ago when they had no protection at all. They have pretty good protection right now, but overall, the idea is to really focus on the immune compromised people. So like I said, the numbers coming down, if we can keep up, we can keep that up for a while. Hopefully we can get our numbers down good enough so when the holidays come around, the numbers are low, because if our numbers are not low during the holidays, we are going to get a pretty good bump. So that's the idea.
Okay.
I'd just like to reiterate and emphasize a particular point that Ed made was talk to your doctor. It's a huge thing that I think more and more people should be doing, is talking to the doctor instead of other stuff.
And about anything too. Even if you're unvaccinated at this point, talk to your doctor. There's a lot of information about vaccines, and this. Your doctor knows more. They know more than us. They know more than you. They're their real experts,
Right.
because they know your health history. They know they're very familiar with these vaccines. They're probably given them to the majority of their patients. They did a lot of research. They're up on the research as soon as these come out. So the doc, like I said, the best advice you can get right now is your doctor because he knows your health history. So don't get your information from Facebook or anywhere else. Get it from your doctor.
Yep.
Thank you for that. That is it on the agenda for tonight. I have nothing else. Yes?
Nope.
I can make a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.